Hi, I'm Rabbi Lipsker. I'm a New Yorker, but for the past 23 years, since 1997, I've been living in Reading, Pennsylvania. I came here as a rabbi to conduct a synagogue, a local synagogue, very small. Little did I know that there would be something much greater waiting for me on the ground here, and that is the work that I do today since 1999 with the Caron Treatment Center. For over 20 years, I've been working with addiction and recovery. Shortly after I arrived in Reading, I got a phone call from a very distraught man who said he was in rehab, and frankly, I thought he broke his hip, but little did I know he was in a rehab for addiction. He was struggling with a cocaine addiction. And I went to see him, and that was the day his life changed, and so did mine. That became a journey for me to be able to work with those in recovery. And shortly after that, we came up with this idea, which seemed very random, but we would have the Jewish patients, talking about 1999, 2000, they came to our home for dinner. And when they got back, the counselors, the staff said, "Rabbi, you can't serve them alcohol." I said, "I didn't." They said, "Well, I don't know. They came back, they were really happy. We weren't sure what you served them." I said, "We gave them back some meaningfulness. They were excited to be back with family. They felt like they belonged." And they didn't believe it. So they sent a couple of staff, and then the staff came back. They were happy, so other staff wanted to know what they were on, and there was they were eating my wife's challah and chicken soup, and there was obviously no alcohol. It was just grape juice and no wine or anything like that. So this has been a very powerful and really unbelievable idea that really I haven't seen in any other addiction centers other than the collaboration that we have together with Caron, because it's an institution, Caron, and it's a beautiful place, and it feels like welcoming and warm and loving and spiritual. But to have this collaboration between Caron and what we do here together, this is one of a kind, let's call it. But the reason Caron agrees to have the Jewish patients come here, and sometimes other patients, not necessarily Jewish patients, will come here to have that experience, because it's every counselor, every staff member, every therapist, every pastor knows that when they come here, the result is going to be something amazing. We got to a point where the space wasn't big enough, because we would have 20 or 30 people every Friday night. The table wasn't big enough. My wife's ovens to bake the challah wasn't big enough. We were making you'd have to take a turn. What goes in first, the chicken or the carrots? There's only one little oven. But fortunately, those people that have gone through here decided to give back, and their giving back meant that this beautiful state-of-the-art home was built so that we could continue to do what we do best, and that is to bring people into an environment that's conducive for their recovery, conducive for their spirituality, conducive for their growth. And we were surprised, for those that have been here already, how much greater this space has become. Little did we know that this space would have such a great effect. We thought we'd need the space, so we built a big place. But the beauty of it and the physical beauty of this place is even more welcoming to those coming in, and they feel like, hey, listen, if you allow me into your home and you trust me to sit next to your family, next to your wife, next to your children, in this beautiful home, there must be something right about this. I must be deserving of it. It must be okay. I'm not so bad. I'm not worthless. And the fact that they don't feel that they're shunned, but rather they're welcomed, and they're welcomed into my home, into this beautiful home, that sends a very powerful message that words could not possibly do or say. My wife and I have been welcoming addicts to our home every single Shabbat. Mainly those that have been those that have been treated at the Caron Treatment Center, and every Friday night they would come over to just have a Shabbos dinner with us. And it's been many times a turning point for those struggling. Addiction is a disease of isolation. People have been disconnected from themselves, from their families, from everything they know. And when they come in through the front door and they see the warmth, they see the hot chicken soup, they see the challah, they smell the challah, and they have a piece of gefilte fish, it changes everything for them, because they're sitting at our home together with our children. And for that minute, for that moment, they don't feel like they're going through treatment. They feel like they're part of something that they know, that's familiar to them, but they've been disconnected from it. And that begins, most of the time, a journey into a meaningful life. It's been a miracle, because I've seen it over and over and over again, where people, they literally they're lifeless. They have no expression on themselves. They feel empty. They basically have a hole in their soul. And when they have interaction with us, whether it is when I visit the Caron treatment centers and I talk to them sitting, somewhere, we find a comfortable place and we start chatting and they start telling me about their life. And it's more often than not that they'll tell me things that they might not tell anyone. But it gives me a chance to really reach into their situation and give them the guidance and really the hope. Guidance is, they get that from many other places, but I give them the hope, and I also let them know that they have a soul and they're important and they will recover. Because when you see this over and over again, we've had over 5,000 plus people coming through our Shabbos table. When you see that happen over and over again, you know it works. You know it's possible. It doesn't feel possible when you're going through it. And I know people don't believe it. They don't believe it, but they look into my eyes, and I tell them, I look into their eyes, and I tell them, yes, it is possible. Yes, it's going to happen. Yes, you will rebuild your relationship with your family and with yourself and with your community. You will be trusted again. And so to us, this is an opportunity. This is a stepping stone for my wife and myself and our family to be able to just continue to do what we've done for so long, but want to do this in a way that we haven't done it before. And we believe that this will be a springboard for ourselves, for our work, to bring people that need treatment will want to come just to know that they have a place to have a warm meal on Friday night. They leave the center, they travel down the road, and they come to a place that's all outfitted for them to be our guests of honor. And so I think we're in a new place. We're in a new place to begin our work, a new platform, and it's exciting. It really is exciting. So this is special.